Hi, I'm Karen. I'm part of the product team here at Passport, and today I wanted to walk you through our new and updated payments settlement reporting. We have both a summary and a detailed report. Looking at the summary report, the first thing you'll notice is that it's a single report, and if you have multiple MIDs with Passport, you can now pull that information in one report, the settlement summary report, or if you want to isolate by ACH deposit, you can isolate by selecting the individual account, which equates to a MID, to pull that. You'll also notice that the settlement date is the date used for the report, and that we can pull by managed products, entry mode, as well as our batch status, and whether or not the transaction is part of an embedded transaction, meaning a Passport product or a non-Passport product. If we scroll down just a little bit, you'll notice the first set of information about the batch is the overall batch for the time period. So we have two products showing here, and one of those products, the enforcement product, is daily remittance. And we can see about that product the total number of transactions, the gross amount that was processed, as well as if there were any refunds or chargebacks, and even adjustments made within that batching period. If we scroll down for those daily batches, we can see the totals for the batch by day. If you notice that this information too highlights by day the total transaction count, the total gross amount, chargebacks, if any, net returns, as well as adjustments. Now, what's important about this report is this is the high-level report that you would use to reconcile your ACH deposits. If you have to reconcile those deposits at an account level, then you can pull per account. And if you're reconciling at the operator level, then you can leave the account filter blank. However, if I need to now reconcile that total batch, I can take a batch ID from the summary report and simply go into the detail report. This detail report is the reconciliation of a batch at the transaction level. So by simply adding the batch number into the filter and expanding your range for the range that that batch took place in, you can run your detail report, and that detail report will give you at the transaction level every transaction that occurred that was part of that batch, which equates to being part of that ACH deposit, as well as at the transaction level, the gross revenue, the net fees that were paid out, what the convenience fees were for that transaction, if there were any chargebacks, there were any adjustments that were made, the type of credit card that was used, the credit card tail. It surfaces all the information you need in this report that ties to that ACH deposit made to your bank. With data, transparency, and trust in mind for both of these reports, surfacing this information at the transaction level will give you the confidence that you need to ensure that Passport is funding properly, settling properly, and reconciling properly against your products.